This conference will now be recorded.
So if you want to work with IDLE, you can work with IDLE. One thing. So go to Start menu, Python 3.10 IDLE. So using IDLE, we can work in interactive mode and also we can work in script mode. Both the modes are allowed. I think yesterday we observed that, right? And console, Python console, only interactive mode. Okay, other than this, what can I do? Other than this, what can I do? Command prompt. From the command prompt, you can get into the Python prompt. By typing the command Python and interactive mode, you are able to work with. Otherwise, use any text editor, right? Use any text editor, notepad, edit, anything. Write your program, save the Python file. The Python file extension must be .py. Python file extension must be .py, right? Yeah. Then you can execute it from the command prompt. For that only, you're supposed to set interpreter path to the environment variable. Okay?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Actually, a lot of background noise is coming. Can you mute other participants or can you bring your mic near to you? There is a lot of background noise.
I think all the participants are in mute. I hope so. Okay. So then you can use an IDE. What does IDE mean? Integrated Development Environment. What are the various IDEs? Eclipse is an IDE for Java people. Most of the Java people, mostly they use Eclipse. I think you are able to hear me now.
Yes, it's perfect now.
Yeah. So you can work with IDE, that is a PyCharm. Otherwise, any IDE you can use. Of course, in a team, somebody working with Visual Studio Code Editor, writing the Python programs. Somebody working with Eclipse, writing the Python programs. Somebody is working with PyCharm, developing the Python programs. Yes, it is allowed. Ultimately, whatever IDE you are using or notepad you are using, ultimately you are creating a file called .py file. That's all. Your flexibility, whatever IDE you feel flexible, you can work with. And already I told you Anaconda. What is Anaconda? Python is the snake, big snake is Anaconda. So Anaconda is the Python which is for big data people and data science people. For the flexibility of the data science people, they made it. Anaconda is nothing but Python only. They have taken Python interpreter, the Python language from the Python software foundation only, plus the tools, various tools like Jupyter Notebook. If you want to work with Jupyter Notebook, you're supposed to install Anaconda. Okay. Spider is another IDE which is available in Anaconda. Of course, this works based on Qt console, IPython console, right? This is what actually Jupyter also IPython based. Don't worry about IPython, Iron Python, JPython, Jython, Ruby, Python, PyPy. Don't worry about it. These all are Pythons only. Syntaxes, commands, everything is the same. Don't worry about it. Okay. So these tools you want to work with, you're supposed to go with the Anaconda. See, the only advantage is in Anaconda by default, several libraries are by default available, which is essential for the data science, data analytics. Got it. In your environment for data analytics or any additional library you required, you're supposed to install using pip. Got it. So today I will show you Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is a web-based environment, web-based notepad kind of environment, which is considered as interactive mode of working. Got it. So it opens in the web. It opens in the web. Okay. This is regarding environment. In the programming, I will show you PyCharm. At present, don't worry about PyCharm. Okay. So very beginning, we start with print command. What is print command? In any language, first of all, first command you have to learn print command. What is print command? To print output, to print something on the console, to print something on the output screen, to print variables, to print objects, something you want to print command is required. Python is very easy, that's the reason print command is print only. In Java, it is system.out.println. Okay. In C language, printf, something like that. But here it is very easy, very simple, very close to your regularly talking English keywords. So print command is print only. Print command is used to print Python object or objects on the output. Python object or objects on the output. That is print command. This print command has two attributes. One is SEP, second one is end. SEP is an attribute, end is an attribute. This is the syntax of the print command. Please observe. Either you can print a single Python object or you can print multiple Python objects using print command. Yes, it is allowed. You can print it. But SEP is an attribute. SEP means separator. End is an attribute. End means ending. Got it? Whenever you print multiple Python objects within the single print command, you are printing multiple Python objects using single print command. Separation between those objects is the separator. Default is blank space. Default separator is blank space. If you are printing single Python object, you may not be able to identify the separator. If you are printing multiple Python objects in the single print command, then in between the multiple Python objects, separator occurs. It is for separating the objects, right? That is blank space. End. After completion of print activity, at the ending, the end is executed, end is occurred. That is by default, end is new line feed, /n. /n is the new line. That is default end after completion of printing. At the ending, finally done something, that is what end. That's what end. అంతే కదా అంటే మనిషి చచ్చిపోయిన తర్వాత చిట్ట చివరిగా కాటి దగ్గరికి పోయిన తర్వాత నానా లేవా అని అడుగుతారు షోలో, తెలుసా? ఇంక చిట్ట చివరిది అనమాట, ఇంకంతటితో అయిపోయింది. గాట్ ఇట్? సో సిమిలర్లీ print command is completed, execution of the print command is completed. After completion of executing the print command, at the end, what to do, right? That is end. So new line feed. What is separator? Space, blank space. Default is blank space. These things, if you want, you can customize. If you want, you can customize. See, look at this. This is the print command, print hello world. Okay. Of course, here, this is a command for insert cell. When you are working in Jupyter notebook, see here, I'm creating a new Python 3 notebook at my directory. Default is untitled. Default is untitled. Just you click on that, it will allow you to change the name. Otherwise, you go to file, click on rename, you will come to the same dialog box. So here you can change it, test book. Okay, so this box automatically appears. This box automatically appears where you can write your command. You can write the command print hello world. Okay, now I want to execute it. Either you click on the run button, otherwise control enter to run the current box. Control enter to run the current box, right? Otherwise, you can use shift enter. You can use shift enter, execute the current box, and also create the new box, one more box for editing, right? Understand? Suppose your cursor is located here, go to insert, insert cell above, insert cell below, right? Cell above, a new cell is created. This above cell, I want for heading. I want for heading. So suppose I write Python 3. This is not a command, right? This is not a command. Just I want Python 3 basics. This I want as a heading. So here, this is the code box. What is the nature of the box? Code box by default. But at present, this is not coding. This is something like description, right? So here you change it to markdown or heading. What do you want? Heading you want, right? Click on heading. So here one hash is there. This is the size. At the beginning, you put 2 hashes, size reduces. If you put 3 hashes, size reduces. This is for heading, right? Understand? So now control enter, execute the box. That is a heading. And insert one more cell. Some description I want to write. Something I want to write my description. Got it? Something I want to write. Enter, go for next line. Enter, go for next line. Simple enter, go for next line. Please remember. Simple enter, go for next line. Control enter, but this is the code box. It is trying to execute this as a code by submitting this statement to the interpreter, but this is not code. This is markdown. Control enter. That is something like description, right? Some text. How something you can write in the notebook? Same thing. This is Jupyter notebook. Understand? Suppose it is the command. Write the command. Even you can write multiple commands, not a problem. In the single box, you can write multiple commands, not a problem. Simple enter for go to next line. Control enter for executing current box. Executing current box. Shift enter is for execute the current box and create one more box next. Okay, like this. Of course, using a print command, you can print multiple hello world, comma, hello Python, comma, hello programming, comma, hello Hyderabad, something. Multiple objects are not. Please never forget, in Python, everything is an object. Please never forget, in Python, everything is an object, right? So this is text object, a string object. See, hello world is a string object. Hello Python is a string object. Hello programming is a string object. Multiple objects I am printing. Now execute it. Hello world, there is a blank space automatically given or not? Automatically given a blank space, right guys? Understand? Yes, automatically a blank space. Here you see hello Python, automatically blank space. Please observe here below hello, one more blank space is given. That blank space also printed. Blank space is also a character. Got it? Here hello programming, a blank space. Got it? Here a blank space is there, that blank space and a separator blank space. Okay. No sir, I don't want blank space as my separator. I want to customize that. So comma SCP is equal to something you give, ampersand symbol you give, or multiple ampersands you give, right? Whatever you want. Either any character, single letter or multiple letters. The separator is affected in between the objects or not. Do you understand where the separator SCP attribute affects? Where the SCP attributes affects? Suppose SCP is a /n. Automatically it is coming to the next line or not? Because /n is the new line feed. So separator I specified is the new line feed. Yes, you can understand. Yeah. This is SCP. Then end attribute. Then end attribute. You observe. So here multiple numbers I am printing. See, separator is blank space. Okay. Of course, you can write stdout.write command. This command also you can use to print something, but stdout belongs to sys module. Sys module. Sys is a library module. Okay, the sys represents system, your computer system. Okay, std output represents a standard output. Write something on the standard output. I imported std out, that's why I'm writing std out.write. Suppose if you imported sys.std out.write, this command also you can use to print output. Understand? This also you can use to print output. Next, you see, each print command, multiple print commands I am printing in the same box. It is something like a program, group of statements. So whenever I am printing multiple print commands, each print command is printed in a different line or not? Why? Because by default end is /n. First print command is printed after completion of printing end, new line feed, right? Second print command is printed after completion of print end, new line feed, right? Third print command is printed after completion end, new line feed. Next print command is printed after completion end, new line feed. At the ending, automatically the default end attribute /n is getting affected. That's the reason each print command is printed in the different line. In case you customize, just observe this example. I am customizing the end attribute empty string. Empty in the sense, don't go for a new line side by side, right? It is empty or not? It is empty or not? Suppose you want to customize something like comma space, hyphen space, comma space, something end, whatever you want to customize. Here you see first print command is printed, then comma space. Second print command is printed, then hyphen space. Then third print command is printed, comma space. That is the end attribute. This is the end attribute, right? Even though you are printing single string, This total is a single string only. In between the string, somewhere I give /n. Somewhere I give /n. Wherever there is /n, it go for the new line feed, right? It go for the new line. Line is get terminated. Line is get terminated. Got it? See, here also SCP is hashes. Here SCP is empty, but internally I give /n's. Here SCP is a /n. Like this is the SCP attribute. You can print multiple Python objects using single print command. You can use multiple print commands in your script. So SCP attribute and end attribute, all of you perfect? Okay, nothing complicated. Next, let us go with variables. If you customize, end will come at end of the multiple print commands. SCP is in between the single print command. End attribute is among the multiple print commands. Got it? Yeah. So next, variables. Generally to speak, variable is memory place. Variable is a named memory block where we can store a value, from where we can read the value. Value of the variable can change during execution of the program. This is general definition of variable. What is variable? Variable is a named memory block. Some occupied memory has a name. That is variable, right? Where we can store a value. In the memory, we can store the value. Some value we want to store, we can store. We can read the value. From where we can read the value. Value of the variable will change during execution of the program, right? That is what variable, general. But there is a lot of difference between other languages and Python. Please remember, in Python, everything is an object. Python memory mechanism is immutability based memory mechanism, right? So please observe carefully how Python deals with the variables and other languages deals with. In other languages, C, C++, Java, C Sharp, etc., in other languages, first of all, you have to declare the variable. Without variable declaration, you can't use it. First of all, you have to declare the variable. Without declaration, you can't use it. Int A, this is the declaration, right? Int A, this is the declaration. Okay. Then we can give A is equal to 25, something like this. Something like this. This is in other languages, C, C++, Java, C Sharp. So what happens in this case? What happens in this case? A is variable. What is A? It is a variable. A is a variable. It is integer type. So according to the nature of the data type, it occupies memory. How much memory it occupies? 4 bytes memory it occupies. అర్థమైందా? గవర్నమెంట్ వాళ్ళు నీ మొహాన ఆల్రెడీ ఒక ముద్ర వేశారు. ఓకే, లో ఇన్కమ్ పర్సన్ అని. ఓకే, నీకు హౌస్ ఇస్తారు. ఎంత ఇస్తారు? లో ఇన్కమ్ పర్సన్కి ఎన్ని గజాలు ఇస్తారో అన్ని గజాలే ఇస్తారు. గాట్ ఇట్? ఎందుకంటే నీకు స్టాంప్ వేసేసారు కదా ఆల్రెడీ. గాట్ ఇట్? సిమిలర్లీ దిస్ ఈస్ ఇంటీజర్ టైప్, already confirmed. It is integer only, numerical data only. For the integer data type, 4 bytes memory is the limit. ANSI is 2 bytes. Okay, so like that depends. So that is 2 bytes or 4 bytes, depends on the language. So when you occupy the memory, for that some address will be there or not. Okay, so this memory block has its own memory ID, right? This is the memory ID. So A is equal to 25. You are assigning value 25 to this. So 25 is the value stored in this, right? Understand? Next, immediately, next statement, somewhere I am writing A is equal to 54. What happens in this case? 54 is the now value. This old value is gone. Now new value is 54. Got it? Value getting changed. Got it? It is something like your handbag. Something like your handbag. Something you can put in the handbag. You can remove that and put another one in the handbag. Same like that. Clear? Yeah. Suppose immediately next I gave A is equal to 78. What happens? This will be overwritten. The 54 is gone. Now value is 78. Is the variable changed? No. Is the memory changed? No. Is the memory address changed? No. Who is owner of memory? Variable is owner of memory. Who is owner of memory? Variable is owner of memory. Who occupied memory? Variable occupied memory. So variable is fixed, its memory is fixed, so its address is also fixed. Got it? Value getting changed. You are storing the value and again new value, again new value, like that. Just the value getting changed. This is the nature of the other programming languages, C, C++, Java, C#. Static data type supporting programming languages. But Python is not like that. Python memory mechanism is entirely different. You have to understand the Python code, Python execution flow with this mindset. Python execution mindset. In Python, A is equal to 35. That's all. No declaration. Nothing to declare. No declaration. Right? A is equal to 35. So here in Python, everything is an object. Several times I told you, right? What is an object here? Value is the object. Value is the object. Then what is A? A is just a name, just a title for identification, for accessing it, right? Who are you? Who are you? How to answer? ఏ క్వశ్చన్ సార్ సడన్ గా హూ ఆర్ యూ అంటే ఏం ఆన్సర్ చేస్తావు? Okay, a damn sure question in the interviews. Tell me something about you. Damn sure question, interview question, damn sure question. Tell me something about you. I am so and so. That so and so is not you. That is just your name, right? That so and so is not you. That is just your name. Okay, this body and soul, one instance of the human occurrence, one occurrence is you. For that a name is given. What is name? Name is just a title. Name is just useful for identifying. Name is just useful to interact with you. That's it, right? But name is not you, right? Of course, your parents might have given a different name for you also. Might be. Your parents are given some name. Name is Venkat. That's why you are identified as Venkat. But your parents might have given some other name. Maybe. Your friends might have given some other name already to you. In college, your name is different. In house, your name is different. In Hyderabad, your name is different. In Bangalore, your name is different. Is it possible or not? But name might be changed, but will you change? No, you are you only, right? So I think you understand who are you. Your name is not you, right? You is your name, right? Okay, so here who is the object? 35 is the object. The value itself is the object. So here every value, the value is the object. This is the object. What is A? Name, just a name, just a title. The variable references the object. Understand? So variable name is the reference variable. It is identifier. Variable is a reference variable which is pointing the object. Which is pointing the object, right? So who occupies memory? The object 35. Whenever it is creating an object, it going to occupy the memory. First, it will check is the object already available or not. First, it will check is the object already available or not. If it is already available, don't create new one. Refer the existing one only. If it is not already available, create the new object. Occupy the required memory. How much memory is required? That much memory is occupied. How much memory is required? That much memory is occupied, right? So this is the memory ID. This is the memory address. So what is object? 35 is the object. Who is occupying memory? 35 is occupying memory. Object is occupying memory. This is the address. Okay. What is A then? What is A then? Name of the variable, reference variable, which is pointing this object. Right? Next, next statement I gave, A is equal to 78. Next statement I gave, A is equal to 78. What is 78 object? Is the object 78 already available? No, not already available. So create the new object 78. How much memory is required? That much memory it is occupied. This memory has its own memory ID, memory address. Then A is the name. Now identifying 78, right? Is the object changed? No. 35 never changed. 35 is the object, it is fixed. It occupied some memory, that is fixed, memory ID is fixed. Who is owner of the memory now? Value, not the variable, not the name. The value is the owner of the memory. Variable is shifting. Variable is just a label. Variable is just a label. Got it? Next, I gave something like B is equal to 56. What happens? 56 is the object, right? So 56 is the object. Is it already available in the memory? It is not available in the memory, right? It is not available in the memory. It occupies its memory. It has its own address. It has its own address, right? So here B is the variable. B is the new variable. B is the variable. B is pointing 56, right? Next I gave B is equal to 35. What happens? 35 is already available. 35 is already available. This B now shifted to 35, pointing 35, right? Now what's about 56? 56 become unused memory object. 56 become unused memory object. In case of program execution, at end of the program or at end of the function execution, automatically that will be cleared with the memory clearance, resource allocation and deallocation. Otherwise, if it is interactive mode, in the standard interval, Python garbage collector comes. When the garbage collector comes, all the unused memory objects are collected by the garbage collector. Okay. The same mechanism is same like how our municipality people collect the garbage. Same mechanism on a standard interval they used to collect. Similarly here also, this is variable and value. Okay, this is the Python memory mechanism. Okay, what is variable? Variables are container for storing data. Variables are nothing but reserved memory location to store values. So whenever you create variable, it reserves some memory. In that memory, it stores the values, right? In Python, there is no command to declare variable. Okay, other programming languages, you have to declare variable. In Python, there is no command, there is no syntax to declare the variable. At the moment you are assigning value to the variable, internally, automatically, the variable gets created. Variable is for identification purpose. It is identifier. This is how you can create variable and read the value from the variable, right? So this is how some meaningful name, age, sal, meaningful names I gave. I'm reading value from that. So multiple variables I can print using single print command. We can assign a single value to the single variable. This is a syntax. This is how you can create a variable and read the variable. You can assign single value to the single variable, right? Understand? We can assign single value to the multiple variables. We can assign a single value to the multiple variables. In this case, which is the object? 312 is the object, right? The object occupies the memory. 312 is the object, it occupies the memory, it has its own ID. Okay, A, B, C, D, 4 variables. The 4 variables are pointing the same object. That's why 4 variables are having the same value. Got it? The 4 variables are pointing the same object. That's why 4 variables are having the same value. This is what syntax for assigning single value to the multiple variables. Assigning single value to the multiple variables. We can assign multiple values to the multiple variables. Yes, it is possible. First value goes to first variable, second value goes to second variable, third value goes to third variable, fourth value goes to fourth variable, right? Understand? In the sequential order, what is the first value? 1122. What is the first variable? ENO. So this 1122 goes to ENO, right? Then what is the second value? Srini. What is the second variable? Ename. This Srini goes to ename, right? Next, 4356.89. So third variable is sal. Third value goes to third variable. Fourth variable finance, dname. Fourth value goes to fourth variable in the sequential order. This is how you can assign multiple values to the multiple variables within the single line, the same line. Got it? This is how you can create variables. You can make your variables and read value from the variables. Clear? How to make variables? All of you understand? Type function. Let you know what type of variable it is, what type of object it is. In Python, there are no primitives. In Python, everything is an object. Primitives are there. Something is not object. That is in Python 2 series. Okay. In Python 3 series, everything is an object. No primitives. Everything is class. So there are different varieties of values, different varieties of objects we regularly deal with or not. Do you understand me? Yes. So in other languages, simply we say those are data types. Other languages we say data types. In Python, object types. Because everything is an object, different types of objects, object types. Of course, for our regular understanding purpose, even you can call it as a data type, nothing wrong. If data type and kodute ninnevaru emi cheyaru. Okay na? If you pronounce that as Python data types in Python, if you say nothing wrong, okay, it's not a big crime. But please yourself, you recognize that in Python, no primitives. In Python, everything is an object. So these are the object types, right? So mainly, broadly, this Python objects, Python data types can be classified into 2 types. One is fundamental Python objects, fundamental types. Second one is advanced types. Okay, fundamental data types. Second one is advanced data types. But originally it is fundamental Python objects, advanced Python objects. Advanced objects are collection objects. Advanced objects are collection objects. What are the fundamental objects? fundamental data types. Int, integer, only 5 fundamental data types in Python. Python data types. Data types. Object types, right? Data types in Python. Object types in Python. Got it? So what are the Python data types? Int, integer, fundamental types only I am addressing. Okay, advanced types, your collection objects, those things we discuss in a separate chapter. Data structures is the chapter name. Okay, so int is the data type, float is the data type, complex is the data type, bool is the data type, str is the data type. These are the 5 fundamental data types in Python. Int for integer, simple numbers, that's all. Float for floating point numbers, the numbers following before dot after dot format, decimal numbers, that is a float data type. Complex data type is for complex numbers. I think you people know complex number equations in mathematics. In our 10th class and intermediate mathematics, we have seen these complex numbers. The complex number includes the imaginary value. చాలా మందికి డౌటే చూసామా చూడలేదా అని. ఉన్నాయా సార్ నిజంగా 10th క్లాస్లో ఇంటర్లో ఉన్నాయా? డౌటే, రైట్? ఎందుకంటే ఎప్పుడో మర్చిపోయినా, ఎగ్జామ్ రాసినాం, మార్కులు వచ్చినాయి, ఓకే, మర్చిపోయినాం, మళ్ళీ హైదరాబాద్లో కూర్చోబెట్టి మళ్ళీ కాంప్లెక్స్ నెంబరు 10th క్లాస్లో నేర్చుకున్నావు, ఇంటర్మీడియట్లో నేర్చుకున్నావు అని గుర్తు చేస్తావు. Okay, so which includes imaginary value, those are known as complex number equations. Complex number equations, it looks like 4 plus 5j, that is the equation, right? In reality, manually we are solving this complex number equations. You can use this variable anything, a, x, I, anything. But Python syntax wise, the imaginary value should be indicated with the letter J. It should be J only, right? In reality, it is a variable. It can be anything, A, X, I, anything you can use. But here it should be J. It should be J. This is complex number equations, right? So if you want to work with complex number equations, mathematical complex number equations, this complex is the data type. Of course, you need not to worry, guys. You are not making a variable as integer. You are not making a variable as float. You are not making a variable as complex. Just whatever value you required, you are just assigning to the variable. Variable is automatically getting decided, right? At the time of creating the variable, interpreter will decide that. You need not to worry about it. You are not declaring the variable. There is no chance of declaring the variable also in Python. Next, boolean, true, false. Next, string, text data. You know, these are the simple, very simple fundamental data types in Python. Even for the typecasting also, it is very easy to remember data type conversion functions. Int is the conversion function to convert some value into integer. Okay. Float is the conversion function to convert some value into float. Complex is the conversion function to convert some value into complex. Bool is the conversion function to convert some value into boolean. Str is the conversion function to convert some value into string. Any variety data you want to convert into integer, int is the function. So any variety data you want to convert into float, it should be compatible. For the conversion, it should be compatible. Then only you can convert, right? Compatible for the conversion, you can convert. Complex is the function to convert into complex. Bool is the function to convert into boolean. Str is the function to convert into str. These are the data type conversion functions for typecasting. For typecasting, right? Yeah. These are the data types, Python fundamental data types. Now type is the function. Yes sir, I am giving a is equal to 1000. I am assigning a value to a. What type of object it is? What is the data type of variable a? If you want to know, type function is useful. Type a gives you what is the data type of the variable. Got it? Even you can observe in IDLE. I'm opening IDLE. A is equal to 45. What is A? 45. What is the type of A? Class int. It is not a type int, right? It is not type, it is class. Int is a class. Int is a class. What is A? Otherwise, what is 45? Instance of one instance of the class int. Got it? Yeah. So what is the ID of A? This is the memory address. ID is the function gives you memory address of the variable. ID, memory address, memory ID, right? Type, what type of object? Then it is a value. Like this. This is the type function. Now you see type is class integer. This is the ID. Now you see type is a float because this is floating point number, right? Type is the class float. Type is the class float. What type of object it is? It is a float class made by float class. So what type of object it is? Made by complex class. Of course, this is also Python object. So it has its own memory of allocation and it has its own ID. This is also Python object. It has its own memory allocation and it has its own ID, right? So complex 3 plus 4j is the complex number. Don't enclose within single quotes. In case you enclose within single quotes or double quotes, what it happens? It considered as a string, not as a complex, right? Then true, T should be capital, Boolean. True, T should be capital, Boolean, right? False, F should be capital, Boolean. Don't enclose within single quotes or double quotes, direct keywords. This is type class Boolean. Got it? True is Boolean type, false is also Boolean type. This is the string. This is the string. That string enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Enclosed within single quotes is okay. Otherwise, enclosed within double quotes also okay. No problem. Both are same. Okay. Yes. These are the data types. Next, let us talk about integer data type. Exclusively integer. Exclusively, let us talk about integer, simple numbers. So regularly in our real life, regularly we follow the number system, that is decimal number system, right? We follow the decimal number system. Decimal number system is a base 10 number system. So it make use of numerical characters 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Totally how many digits? That is decimal number system, base 10 number system. That is the natural number system. In our regular life, we follow decimal number system is the default number system in Python. Decimal number system is the default number system in Python. Okay. What are the other number systems we have? ఇవి కూడా ఎక్కడో 10th లోనో ఇంటర్లోనో ఎక్కడో బైనరీ నంబర్ సిస్టమ్. ఇంక ఇది లేకపోతే మీకు కంప్యూటరే లేదు. మనం అమీర్పేట రావాల్సిన అవసరమే ఉండేది కాదు. ఓకే. సో బైనరీ నంబర్ సిస్టమ్. నెక్స్ట్ ఆక్టాల్ నంబర్ సిస్టమ్. ఆక్టా 8 ఆక్టాల్ నంబర్ సిస్టమ్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ hexadecimal number system, double to the octal, 16. So binary number system only 2, base 2. So 0, 1, only 2. Octal number system base 8, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Base 8. 8 and 9 doesn't have in the octal number system, right? Understand? If you keep 9 somewhere, it is definitely not an octal number system. Understand? So hexadecimal number system 0 to 9, 10 digits, A, B, C, D, E, F. Totally 16. Totally 16. I think you will see somewhere A2, sorry, 2A, 5E, something like that, right? That is hexadecimal number system. Got it? So the by default in Python, number system is a decimal number system only. By default, Python number system is decimal number system only. You observe carefully. Here, what is my input? 45. What is 45? Which number system it is? Decimal number system. That if you want to convert into binary, you can use bin function. Bin is the conversion function to convert into binary number system. Bin is the conversion function to convert into binary number system. OCT is the function to convert into octal number system. HEX is the function to convert into hexadecimal. Please remember, 0B is the prefix that represents it is binary number system. This is the value actually. This is the value actually. But what is 0B? 0B is the just prefix that represents it is binary number system. Similarly, you see 0O. 0O is the prefix that represents it is octal number system. Okay. This is octal number. Understand? 0O is the prefix that represents it is octal number system. Then 0x is the prefix that represents it is hexadecimal number system. Okay. So 0x is the prefix that represents it is a hexadecimal number system. This is actually the value. So now my input is 45. This is decimal number system. That decimal number I converted into binary using bin function, hexadecimal using hex function, octal using OCT function, right? Next example you see. What is my input? Binary. Even though your input is binary, Python take it in the decimal number system only, because Python default number system is decimal number system. Python default number system is decimal number system. Got it? So now you see. So even though you enter a binary value, what is the value it has taken? 425, right? So decimal number system. So later on you can convert that into binary using bin function, hexadecimal using hex function, octal using OCT function. Here my input is hexadecimal, but still it has taken in the decimal number system only. Later you can convert that into binary if you want, hexadecimal if you want, octal if you want. Here my input is octal number, but still by default it takes in the form of decimal number system only. Your input can be decimal number or binary number system or hexadecimal number system, octal number system, whatever input you provide. But by default Python takes in the decimal number system only. If you want later on you can convert and print it, use it. Got it? Yeah, these are the number system conversion functions. Then data type conversion functions. Int is to convert into integer, float is to convert into float, str is to convert into string, bool is to convert into boolean, complex is to convert into complex. Now input function is used to accept a runtime input. Print function is used to print output. Input function is used to take input, user input at runtime, user keyboard input at runtime. If you want to accept a runtime keyboard inputs, input function is useful. Clear? Yeah, fine. Now you see Please remember a point, input function always gives you string. Whatever your input is, it doesn't matter. Input function gives you in the form of string. Always gives you in the form of string only. So input is the function and your message, enter first number. Any message. Input is the function, enter second number. Even you observe in ideally something A is equal to enter your value. Is asking the message, enter your value. Cursor is waiting. I enter, this is the number 4543. This is what I entered. Then what is A? What type of the object is? Is it the string? Is it the integer? No, it is not integer. It is a string. It's not integer. It is a string, right? Yeah. So by default, input function is a string. By default, input function gives you string. See, A plus B. Suppose I'm executing this. Suppose I'm executing this and entering the first number 55, entering the second number 77, output is 5577. Concatenated. Why? Because straightforward input is given string, second input is given string. What is A? A is a string. You can observe here. B is, what is B? 77 is the string. It is not taken as a number. So two strings plus symbol in between two strings, concatenate the both the strings, right? So it works as a concatenation symbol. So what do you want to do? What are you supposed to do now? Convert into integer and plus will calculate. Now output is 132 or not? Even though after conversion or before conversion, A is not changed. A is always string, B is also string because the value is taken from the input function. But for the sake of calculation, converted and calculated, right? Int function converted into integer. No, sir, I want to create integer object only. Every time who use these conversion functions? Directly I want a integer variable, okay, but I want to take runtime inputs. So input function you keep in the int function. Where is input function? Inside the int function. What input function does? Take the runtime input. It returns a string. String goes to int. Int convert into integer. Int function returns the integer object. So A is pointing the integer object, right? A is pointing the integer object. Similarly, here directly A is integer, B is integer. So calculated, right? So int conversion function is used to convert into integer. Of course, a string you can convert into integer, a float value you can convert into integer, something like that. If string is hello, you want to convert into integer, not allowed because it is not compatible. A number available in the form of string, that you can convert and make it as a integer. That's all. Hello cannot be converted into integer. Hyderabad cannot be converted into integer. Don't think that. Okay. Only compatible things, if it is available in the another format, it format can be converted. Similarly, float is used to convert into float. Now you see my value is 7788. Output is float value or not? Output is float value or not? Because it is converted into 77.0, 88.0. Otherwise, 65.43, 78.23. You observe float value or not? No, sir, I don't want to convert at the time of calculation. I want float object itself. So inside the float, you keep input function. Input function accepts the runtime input and it gives the float objects directly, right? So float function is used to convert into float. Similarly, here what it is? X is equal to 44, y is equal to 66. They are integers, right? But I don't want them as integers. Due to some reason, I want to convert them into string. Str function convert them into string or not? Now it's supposed to be concatenated, right? Because I converted into string and plus operation is done. Similarly, float value also you can convert into string. Okay, str function is used to convert a number into string, a float into string, complex into string, anything. So string accommodates anything, right? Yes. So next, convert into boolean. Bool is the conversion function to convert into boolean. Bool is the conversion function to convert into boolean. So please observe carefully here. What are the various values I have? So integer value 0, integer value 1, or any number or any negative number. We supposed to understand these different varieties, right? And string, empty string. Do you know what is empty string? It is a string, but not even single space also not there, right? It's not a space, it's not even single letter. It's just a string, that's it, empty. Empty string. String with blank space or blank spaces, or any string, any string. Got it? And you have one more, none. None. None means nothing. None means nothing. None represents there is no value. None represents here is no value. 0 is integer, space is string. Empty string is also string, but none is nothing. None is not 0. None is not empty. Simply in your SQL, null. Who knows SQL? What is null? Same thing here. It is a separate type, none type. Class none. Class none. Okay. This we want to convert into integer. We want to convert into boolean. 0 I convert into boolean. 0 I convert into boolean. It gives you false. 0 we convert into boolean, it gives you false. Empty string we convert into boolean, it gives you false. None we convert into boolean, it gives you false. Okay. 1 we convert into boolean, it gives you true. The integer 1 convert into boolean, it gives you true. Any integer, any number, we convert into boolean, it gives you true. Any negative number, you convert into boolean, it gives you true. Any string, whether it is string made with spaces or any string, convert into boolean, that gives you true. This is what happens when you convert something into boolean, right? Gives you true or false. Boolean should be given true or false, right? You observe 0 is converted into boolean, false. 1 is converted into boolean, true. Here none is converted into boolean. You observe something like y is equal to none. None is the keyword. What is y? Nothing, no value. What type of object it is? Type of y? None type. Class none type, right? Like this. That is none. So that you convert into boolean false. Any number you convert into boolean true. So string, empty space, empty string converted into boolean false. Blank space is true. Any string is true, right? So now you tell me what is this? No, this is string. Complex number, but it is not in the form of complex number format. It is in the form of string enclosed within single quotes, right? So 5 plus 7j string. But actually it is for complex number compatible for the complex. So I can use convert into complex using complex function, right? A string is converted into complex. 78 integer converted into complex, 75.98 float converted into complex. Got it? Int is the conversion function to convert into integer, float is the conversion function to convert into float, str is the conversion function to convert into string, bool is the conversion function to convert into boolean, complex is the conversion function to convert into complex. Got it? Yeah. ఏం లేదు, పాత సినిమాలు చూస్తే ఎవరు ఉంటారు కదా, మునీశ్వరుడు ఒక ఆయన ఉంటాడు, ఆయన చేతిలో చెంబు ఉంటుంది, ఆ చెంబులో నీళ్ళు తీసుకొని కుక్క మీద జల్లితే రాజు అయిపోతాడు, రాజు మీద జల్లితే కుక్క అయిపోతాడు, ఇంకోటి మీద జల్లితేనేమో ఏనుగు అయిపోతాడు. చూసారా? వాళ్ళకి టైప్ కాస్టింగ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ బాగా వచ్చు. ఆ చెంబులో ఉన్నదే టైప్ కాస్టింగ్ ఫంక్షన్ అనమాట. ఓకే, అదే కన్వర్షన్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు టైప్ కాస్టింగ్ ఫంక్షన్ అప్లై చేసేయాలి. ఓకేనా? ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ you can observe the whatever the memory mechanism I told you regarding Python, that you can observe with the help of id. Okay, a is equal to 50. Now you observe, this is the id, this is the id of 50. A is just a reference variable, right? B is equal to a is equal to 90. I am changing value of a, so 90 is the object, this is the id of 90. Now a is referencing the 90. Now a is referencing the 90, right? Okay, now b is 90, c is 90. 90 is already available. See, b id, c id is the same or not? Because it is not c, it is not b, it is 90. This is the id of the 90. 90 occupy the memory. A is pointing the 90, b is pointing the 90, c is pointing the 90, right? Like that. Similarly, float values you see. Okay, so in the programming also you can observe these values. So string, you can observe the string. Apple, apple, both are same id or not? Okay, apple is a fruit, apple is a fruit. Length is string, both are same id or not? Both are same ids or not? Apple is a fruit, apple is a fruit, but here the id is different. So here Python follows two mechanisms in the memory allocation, two styles. Which style happens what time, we don't know. It is absolutely unpredictable. Maximum we can understand, but sometimes it behaves differently. It is completely unpredictable. But there are only two behaviors in the memory allocation, variable creation. One is, first it checks, is the object already available in memory? 55 integer object, is it already available in memory? Check first. If it is not available, create the new object. If it is available, నీకు పెన్ను కావాలి, ఏం చేస్తావు? ఫస్ట్ పెన్ను కావాలి, ఏం చేస్తావు? ఫస్ట్ జేబులు ఎత్తుక్కుంటావు, బ్యాగ్ ఎత్తుక్కుంటావు. ఎందుకు? నా దగ్గర పెన్ను ఉందా లేదా చూసుకుంటావు, రైట్? లేకపోతే ఏం చేస్తావు? పక్కనోడి జేబు, పక్కనోడి బ్యాగ్ కూడా ఎత్తుకుతావు. కనీసం పక్కనోడి దగ్గర ఉందా చూసుకుంటావు. ఉంటే ఉన్నదే వాడుకుంటావు. ఓకే, అసలు లేదు, ఏం చేస్తావు? కొట్టుకు పోయి కొత్తది కొనుక్కొచ్చుకుంటావు. సేమ్ స్టైల్. It checks whether the object is already available in the memory. If it is not available, create the new object. If it is already available, point the existing object only. Got it? కొంతమంది ఉంటారు నాలాంటి వాళ్ళు, ఉందా లేదా ఇవన్నీ అనవసరం, పెన్ను కావాలి కొట్టుకు పోయి కొనక్కరా, దట్స్ ఆల్. నా దగ్గర ఉందా, పక్కోడి దగ్గర ఉందా, ఐ డోంట్ mind about it, right? If I need a pen, go to the shop and purchase the. I think you might have seen several people like this in various cases. At least సినిమాల్లోనే చూసి ఉంటారు కదా. So Python follows this also. Without checking, every time create the new object. Every time, go for creating the new object. Python follows this mechanism also sometimes. Python follows this mechanism also sometimes. Either that happens or this happens. Sometimes it works in different style, the second style, right? Without checking, create the new object. See, in case of float, what it does, 75.23, 75.23. Is it the same ID? No, it's not the same ID. So you people might consider, oh, in case of integer, it is taking the same ID. In case of float, every time it is going for a different ID. You might consider this. Don't consider that. Okay, I'll show you the same in PyCharm. It go for same ID. Got it? So please understand what happens, we don't know. Conclusion is what Python does internally, we don't know. Absolutely unpredictable. But it does either that or this, either that style or this style. అర్థమైందా? ఇంటికి పోతే టిఫిన్ ఏముంటుందో నీకు తెలియదు, కానీ ఏదో ఇడ్లీనో దోశో రెండే ఉంటాయి, ఏదో ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. అంతేనా? ఎందుకని? వారానికి సరిపడా ఫ్రిడ్జ్ లో పెట్టుకోగలిగింది ఇదే కాబట్టి ఆదివారం రోజు రుబ్బేసి ఫ్రిడ్జ్ లో పెడితే ఇంటికి పోగానే ఒక రోజు అది ఒక రోజు ఇది, ఇంక వేరేది ఉండదు, ఇది రెండే ఉంటాయి. వేరేది కావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ఆ రోజు పోయి పార్సిల్ తీసుకురా అంటారు. ఓకేనా? Yeah. So Python also only two styles. One is checking is the object available or not. If available, point to the existing one. Otherwise, create the new one. This is one style. Second style is don't check. Don't check. Just create the new object. New memory address referencing the object. Only two styles. This memory model styles you can observe with these examples. These examples are absolutely given for understanding, observing the memory model. Okay, internally how Python allocates the memory, for that observation only these examples. Next, operators. Next, operators. We have different varieties of operators supported by Python. One is arithmetical operators. Second one is relational operators. Third one is logical operators. Fourth one is bitwise operators. Next one is assignment operators. Next one is membership operators. Next one is identity operators. Quickly, let us go through the arithmetical operators. Plus symbol for addition. Hyphen is for subtraction. Star is for multiplication. Slash is for division. Percentile is for modulus. Double star is for exponential power. Double slash is for floor division. I think in these operators, everyone is having more than 25 years of experience. First class nunchi module kada. More than 25 years of experience. What is the difference between simple division and a floor division? What is division, first of all? So, (37 divided by 5). Do 37 divided by 5. This is what I want to do. 37 division 5. What is the output? 7. Then remainder 2. That's all. Is it? That's all. Can you stop here? Yes, we can stop here. Otherwise, you can extend. Yes, you can stop here. Otherwise, you can extend. What I can extend? What I can extend? I can put a point here and go for 20. Then 4, it gives 20. Remainder 0, right? So 7.4. Got it. See, this is the output. This is the output for simple division. This is the output for simple division. Your operator slash. This is output for simple division, your operator slash. Okay. This is the output for floor division, operator double slash. This is output for floor division, operator double slash. Okay. So it doesn't give the decimal output, it gives only integer output. So this floor division also known as integral division. Okay. Next, modulus. Modulus is nothing but a remainder of the division, percentile symbol. This is the remainder. I think you understand regarding the division, simple division, floor division, and a modulus. Modulus gives you remainder. In this mechanism of division, there is no chance of getting the remainder, right? ఈ మెకానిజంలో రిమైండర్ వస్తుందా? రాదు. జీరో వచ్చిందాక ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయాల్సిందే కదా. Got it? Yes. So now this is the floor division, this is the division, this is modulus, then exponential power. So plus symbol for addition, hyphen is for subtraction, star symbol is for multiplication, slash is for division. So 7.4 is the output. Double slash is for floor division, 7 only the output. Okay. Here, of course, you can go with the division and you can round the value. Division is one operation, rounding is another operation, right? But when you give this operator, special operator double slash, directly it is submitted to numerical integer ALU. The process is concluded at the integer only. It improves the performance, right? In the process level itself, there is some restriction. Got it? Antena? అదే ఇప్పుడు టీవీలో చెప్తాంది ఏమని, అడ్డమైనవన్నీ తింటున్నారు, బాగానే సంపాదిస్తున్నారు, కానీ మళ్ళీ చివరికి హాస్పిటల్లో పెడుతున్నారు, రోగాలు తెచ్చుకుంటున్నారు. ఏం చేయాలి? రోగాలు రాకుండా తినాలి, అంతేనా? సో వై షుడ్ వి ప్రాసెస్ ద డివిజన్ అండ్ అగైన్ రౌండ్ ఇట్? డబుల్ ప్రాసెస్ ఆర్ నాట్? డబుల్ స్లాష్ సింబల్ ఈస్ ఫర్ directly it submits in the way, please conclude this at the integer only. So single operation, that to reduced performance will be better in case of divisions or not. That is the reason floor division operator is available in the Python. Next, percentile symbol is for modulus. Next, double star symbol, I to the power of j, 7 to the power of 5. Yes. And don't ask me for the, sir, what is the size of the integer? 2 bytes or 4 bytes? What is the size of the float? 4 bytes or 8 bytes? Don't ask me. In Python, everything is unlimited. There are no limitation. There is no size for data types. Unlimited. How much memory is required for the given value? That much memory is occupied. There is no limit. There is no limit. These limits are there in C, C++, Java, C#, integer 4 byte, float 8 bytes, long 16 bytes, etc., etc. You do have these all. Got it? Yeah. Next, relational operators. Arithmetical operators, I believe all of you clear, right? Next, relational operators. Almost we are experienced more than 25 years. This case, this also checking the conditions. Comparison. So relational operators, also known as comparison operators, conditional expressions, right? Conditional operators. When you check some condition, it gives you true or false. If the condition is satisfied, it gives you true. If the condition is not satisfied, it gives you false. Checking equality, equal to, opposite to the equality, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Got it? Yeah. These are the straightforward operators. See here, A is 25, B is 76, C is 25, D is 50, E is 50. So directly I'm comparing A is equal to C, 25 is equal to 25, true. A is equal to B, B is 76, 25 is equal to 76, no, condition not satisfied, gives you false. A is not equal, condition not satisfied, so false. A not equal to B, yes, condition satisfied, so true. B is greater than D, C is greater than D, like that. Okay, less than, greater than or equal to, either bigger or equal, both are satisfied, right? In case of greater than or equal to. Less than or equal to, either smaller than that or equal, also okay, accepted. So in both the cases it gives true. These are the relational operators, comparison operators. These operators are used to check conditions. So we also known it as conditional operators. Any relational expression, any comparison expression, any condition gives you either true or false. If the condition is satisfied, gives you true. In case the condition is not satisfied, it gives you false. Very simple. Next, logical operators. Logically combining the multiple conditions. Logically combining multiple conditions you want to put together. You want to put together, right? So how can we say you are pass? 10th class exams you have written, marks are given. How can we say you are pass? నువ్వు పాస్ అయినవని ఎట్ట తెలుస్తుంది? ఏమో సార్ మా సార్ చెప్పిండు మాకంటే. సర్టిఫికెట్ మీద పాస్ అని రాసి ఉంటుంది కదా, ఎవడు రాసిండు? అదే అది రాయటానికి లాజిక్ ఉంటుంది కదా, ఏంటి? Some brilliant students will be there, extreme brilliant students will be there. They will get more than 90 marks in all the subjects, but in one subject, in English subject, they will get only 33. Should I say pass or fail? Fail. So all the subjects you have to compare or not. Subject 1 greater than 35 or not. Subject 2 greater than 35 or not. Subject 3 greater than 35 or not. Multiple conditions together you have to understand, right? Put together multiple conditions, put together. How can you put together? Using AND operator, otherwise OR operator. Using AND operator or OR operator. Multiple conditions you can put together. So once you observe the syntactically, how do we put multiple conditions together? The syntax is condition 1, right? Condition 1. Then operator. So here also style is something like left operand, right operand, same. Here is operator. Okay. Then condition 2. Condition 1 gives you what? Either true or false. Condition 2 also the same or not? It gives either true or false. It might be a relational expression or it might be a Boolean value. Because relational expression ultimately gives you Boolean value, right? True or false? Yes. So here my operator is AND operator. In case my operator is AND operator. So first condition is true, second condition also true. Ultimately it's going to be true. First condition is false, either one is false. Ultimately it gives you false. Yes, online people, something you are asking? Jagadish. So first one is true, second one is false. Then also it is false. Both are false also, it is false. Okay. Next, OR operator. OR operator. Understand? So same situation in case of OR operator also. Look at this. Either this or this, either one is true also it is true, both are false only it is false. This is AND operator or operator. Next, not operator, not true. ఈ నాట్ ఆపరేటర్ పెద్ద అబద్ధాలు కోరు అంతేనా. నాట్ ట్రూ, వాట్ ఇట్ టెల్స్? ఫాల్స్. నాట్ ఫాల్స్, negation operator. Not operator is negation operator. Not true means false, not false means true. These are the logical operators. Logically we can combine multiple conditions. See here, A true, B false, C true, D false. A and C true and true gives you true. A and B true and false. B and C false and true. I gave example for understanding purpose. Here directly I am giving condition. J is equal to L is true. J not equal to L is false. I is less than K is true. I greater than K is false. So true and true, true and false, false and true, false and false combinations I have shown you here, right? So like this multiple conditions you can. So not true gives you false, not false gives you true. Got it? These are the negation. Next, bitwise operators. Bitwise operators process is at bit level. Bitwise operators process is bit level. Okay. So tomorrow we'll continue this bitwise operators and assignment operators, membership operators, identity operators. Then we go for strings, text data. Okay, hopefully tomorrow, by end of tomorrow, we'll finish the second chapter, strings also. Then we go for control structures. Control structures. Of course, in the normal track, we used to spend more time for the control structures, but I will tell you quickly and as well gives you the enough number of examples. Those examples, if you practice, that's enough to improve your program logics and techniques. Third chapter, control flow structures, is very important to improve your programming logic building techniques, abilities, right? Program logics and techniques, that is actually third chapter. Okay, how many examples you practice, that good you are able to build the programming logics. Okay, yeah, okay, fine, thank you, see you tomorrow then.
So can you share this Phython